Hi there, my name is Matt Cole. I am one of the producers of the Sexperts podcast along with Brian Garrity, and I have just a few acknowledgments and announcements before we begin the show. First off, huge thanks to Noelle Peterson for our beautiful pictures. Also, thanks to Evan Hartley, who is our guest on this episode. She is a member of the Premadonnas sketch comedy group who regularly perform at the Push Comedy Theater. And yeah, a huge thank you to the Pushers at the Push Comedy Theater in Norfolk, Virginia. We are students of theirs, and if you would like to learn comedy, go to pushcomedytheater.com and sign up for a class. Last but not least, thank you, the listener, for listening in. If you like us, please like us on Facebook as well. Give us a review on iTunes. And if you have a question, send it to therealsexperts@gmail.com. Maybe your question can be in the show. All right. Enjoy the Sexperts. And intro music. And hello there. Welcome to the Sexperts with your host. My name is Dr. John T. Alaniz, CPM.
And I'm Delilah Hayder, of Seasonal Work, known for my seasonal work.
That's right. That's actually the name of the company, Seasonal Work. And we are here to discuss our topic of the day is unlikely lubricants. Unlikely lubricants. So we're going to be discussing all kinds of stuff that you could use as a lubricant that you wouldn't even think of. You may even have around your house or in your basement or your attic. I know I have a few.
It's a slippery topic.
Oh, God. I think we're going to have a lot of puns in this one, but that's all right. We have a guest that I am so excited. She actually got in touch with us via email last week, so and she flew all the way here. So we'll get her on in just a little bit. But I want to know, how's your week been so far?
Well, it's a big week for me. As you know, pitchers and catchers reported to spring training. And I don't know if you know my spring seasonal work is I'm the mascot for the Norfolk Tides minor league baseball team.
You're Rip?
I am Riptide. Yeah. No. You can't tell because I'm pretty well hidden in that costume, which might have, by the way, come August, it's a pretty nasty place to hide out.
Do they allow you to have neck tattoos? Because your neck tattoo is really... I wouldn't hire you. As a mascot?
I had to sign a contractual obligation that, I do little kids' birthday parties and that kind of stuff.
Oh, I wouldn't hire you for that either.
I have to show up in my costume and leave in my costume. So I actually have to drive my car in my Riptide costume from head to toe, lest I scare the children with this neck tattoo that says... I'll eat your mother.
That must be tough driving in the Riptide costume in a smart car, too. I know you're saving the environment, but you're not saving your knees.
It is hard, but it's worth it. I got pulled over once for doing 67 at 55.
This has got to be a good story.
Oh, my God. The cop, he was beside himself. He could not stop laughing long enough to ask me for my autograph.
Your autograph for Riptide or for the Sexperts?
Riptide. Yeah.
Okay.
No, he didn't recognize me until I started speaking. Then he goes, wait a second. You're
Delilah Hayder.
I'll take a second autograph if you don't mind. You sound like Delilah Hayder. And I'm like, damn straight, bud.
I have signed so many horse cop titties.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, horse cop titties. Okay, which brings us to our topic of the... Well, we'll get to our topic of the day, unlikely lubricants, in just a little bit. But I would like to get to our guest... Again, I'm so excited to have her here. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Of course. Thank y'all both for having me on here. My name is Angelina Beli. I am a belly button ring historian. I studied at Cambridge where I majored in belly button ring history and I minored in friendship bracelet making. Yes.
Oh my God.
And once I heard y'all, I knew that I would have to get in on this topic of unlikely lubricants. I'm very well versed.
Well,
Our first Oxford-educated guest.
Absolutely. I think probably first high school diploma guest with all these dum-dums we've had on, right?
Hey, don't go flaunting your degree in my face again.
I know. Which, to remind you guys at home, our podcast listeners, I am a CPM, which is a certified professional midwife. So I majored in midwifery. You went to Oxford?
Yes. Yes, I did.
And is belly button history, is that in the history department?
It is in the history department.
Probably anthropology, right?
Yes, It is. The first belly button ring ever documented was actually on Jesus Christ himself.
Now, was that put on him, or did he have... Was elected?
It was Immaculate Conception belly button ring.
Oh, wow.
He was born with it.
That explains. I went to spring break in Panama City, and there was a tattoo parlor and piercing gallery called Immaculate Piercing.
Yes.
I bet they were in on the story. I had no idea. I was like, why would they call it that?
They are. They're like the Mormons of that area. They're very much religious and very in-depth with their culture. It's fascinating.
Well, Easter's coming up. Is this part of the Easter story? Like, he rolls away the tomb and all that's left is a belly button ring?
Yes, that is part of it.
Which
The tomb rolls away and all there is left is, like, the ones that, like, they're like the it's like an arch with two balls at the end. And they don't connect.
I'm going to start a new tradition in my family this year,
Yes.
armed with this knowledge. I'm taking my kids out to get their belly buttons pierced on Easter.
Easter?
Yeah, it's going to be beautiful.
The traditional place to go is icing to get your belly button rings pierced.
Icing?
Yes. For those of you who don't know what icing is,
Me.
Yeah, it's me included.
it is Claire's, but for 1-year-olds.
Oh.
The jewelry is just as cheap and trashy, but you can
See,
get.
I'm 23, so I wouldn't know that.
See, I just figured out, have you heard of this place called Hot Topic?
No.
So Hot Topic is like for the goth, like punk sort of people that like a lot of black, a lot of chains, like belly button rings and stuff like that. But
Yes.
really, once you graduate from Hot Topic, you go straight to Steinmart.
Well, speaking of hot topic, we got a hot one today, don't we?
yeah.
Absolutely,
We need to get back to
unlikely
that.
lubricants. And we
Yes.
actually have several bowls. We have 20 bowls lined up on the table here. They're different numbers, and we're going to actually dip our hands into each one of them and try to guess what it would feel like.
Speaking of
Yeah.
bowls, I do a lot of late summer work in the gardening industry, and I've come to a conclusion. I don't think there's such thing as a bad homemade salad.
I agree. When I was studying belly button rings in Middle India, it's like
Middle India.
Middle India.
Do they-
yes,
So it's an upper, a middle, and a lower?
yes, exactly. It's upper, middle, lower. It's like a sandwich of curry.
And do they eat a lot of
Curry
salads there?
sandwich.
Huh?
They eat a lot of salads in
They
Middle India?
do. Dear Lord, there was nothing like a summer garden. And I was-
They're vegetarians.
yes, there is. So there's a lot of salad.
What about belly button rings?
So much. Everyone.
Now, can you? I haven't seen more than one belly button ring at a time. Can you do like multiples, like around the
You
hole?
can. It looks like a baby sun.
Hey, Dr. John.
Yeah.
Surprise.
Oh no! You are what they call an alternative person. You lead an alternative lifestyle. You have a neck tattoo. You have a belly button ring.
Well, I have 17 belly button rings.
Yes.
One for every season that I've been riptide.
So you're an anthropologist. Your background is in the belly button ring specifically. What could you tell about Delilah from his belly button rings? Let's say like you found his corpse like 1,000 years later. What could you surmise about this person?
Of course, I'm digging up the remains of the Tide Stadium, and I find this man in a costume.
Probably on a four-wheeler.
Of course, on a four-wheeler. I pop off the head and I zip down the back part of the costume. I'm assuming it's a zipper. And I take it off and I see you. And when I lift up your tank top, I'm assuming you will wear a tank top.
Oh, I
underneath.
go bare. I'm butt naked in the riptide costume.
I pull out your corpse, your bare corpse, and I see those rings. I imagine it to be like a tree, where the amount of rings you have indicate your age.
Yeah.
And if it's a purple ring, I assume that's the year that you lost your virginity. And if it's a beige ring, I imagine that's the year that you lost a limb of some nature.
Whoa!
I will never forget that year. It was a gardening accident. In my late August, I was working on the eastern shore of Maryland, and it was either me or that ear of corn. Turned
Hoes
out to
are-
be me.
Hoes are dangerous.
They are.
Hoes are dangerous.
Yes.
Speaking of dangerous hose, let's get back to that lubricant
Yes.
topic.
Yes, and to remind our listeners at home and some of our viewers at home. No, just listeners. This is a podcast.
This is
There's
podcast.
no video.
There's no video.
Unlikely lubricants is our topic of the day. Unlikely lubricants.
Oh, yeah, it's funny. Bon Jovi, when filming Slippery When Wet, he actually got his first belly button ring to commemorate the album, or whatever. And it projects, actually, his will. So when he dies...
There's a projector inside his belly button ring?
Yes, exactly.
And it's unlike any other belly button ring. I've actually read the Rolling Stone article about this.
Thank you.
It's a belly button ring, but off of it hang three letters.
Yeah.
SWW. Slippery when wet. And out of the middle W, it projects onto a giant screen in the back of stadiums, in the back of his house, his will and testament.
Yep.
Which is amazing. You must have had just story after story after story like this at Oxford. I mean,
oh, yes.
Where can some lay people like us go to learn more about belly button ring history, specifically of celebrities and foreign cultures?
Well, there's always your local library if you're ever looking for that. But if you want a more in-depth approach, I would say Tucson, Arizona.
What's in Tucson?
It is the highest belly button ring in the world.
Oh, wow.
So it's like one of those roadside attractions, like the biggest ball of yarn?
No, it's like visiting the pyramids of Giza.
They have like drive-through belly button ring places. Like you don't even have to get out of the car.
What?
Yeah, like Vegas has drive-through weddings. Tucson has drive-through belly button piercings.
You stick your navel out the passenger side.
They hand you a milkshake and you're on your way.
Wait, you guys have like a little connection here. Is this why you emailed us? Did you guys kind of... Did you meet in a chat room of some sort, an AOL chat room?
We met where I meet most of my friends on Twitter. I had hashtagged "Tell me more about belly button."
Yeah, can you talk about this this new campaign? Tell me more about belly button.
Oh well, it's a fascinating initiative started by Britney Spears back in 2008. I think that's before Twitter was even a thing. Whatever.
Only a few of us were on.
Only
it hadn't gone public.
Yeah. But anyway, she knew, and so she's like, you know what? The people need to be more educated about belly buttons. It actually is dangerous if you don't do it properly. You can get really sick. You can get toxic shock syndrome. So
from getting it pierced?
By getting infected.
Well, speaking of getting people more educated, that brings us to our first sponsor of the day, Norfolk Public Schools, which I'd like to thank them. They wanted us to read the following. Norfolk Public Schools, we're working on it, getting better. I can't read that. Their handwriting is awful.
Yeah, their cursive handwriting, they need to go back to 3rd grade.
Yeah, but anyways, we still appreciate their support.
There's quite a lot of misspellings in that.
And honestly, if I couldn't live in Virginia Beach, I might consider putting my kids in school.
I'm considering moving my kids to Tucson.
Yeah. You want good classic belly button ring education.
I might spend Easter in Tucson.
Now, you said your minor was in friendship braces. We haven't addressed that at all. Which we haven't addressed the main topic of the day, which to remind you is unlikely lubricants, but friendship bracelets.
Yes. Friendship bracelets. It's important that when you slide them on, you do it slowly but surely and make sure that your hand's comfortable. It is important. It's a bond, unlike any other. You know, once you have a friendship bracelet with someone, you have a soul connection. And actually, when you die, part of the soul of the person that you have a friendship bracelet with dies as well.
That's kind of breaking my heart.
I
don't have any friendship bracelets, and it makes me think maybe I don't have any soul connections.
You have a lot of belly button rings.
Yeah.
Maybe you could have a belly button ring friendship.
What does that mean?
ring.
I got acquaintances around the world. I need a soul connection.
That is true. A belly button friendship ring is the classic sign of an acquaintanceship. A lot of work colleagues.
I've been kind of playing the fool here. I've been playing possum, but I actually knew you guys were hitting it up on the AOL chat rooms or wherever, Twitter or whatnot. So I actually have here today a piercer gun.
Oh my God.
And 2 tiny Sexperts belly button rings. We're going to pierce both of you.
Number 18.
On air. This is going to be a first for the Sexperts. Live.
This is our first on-air piercing, isn't it?
On-air piercing.
I am honored.
So I guess ladies first. So if you would please. Oh my God. Oh my God.
I bet there's some stories behind that one.
Yes.
Oh, is that a llama?
Yes, it is. That is very observant of you.
Where do you want me to put this one?
Is it actually spitting?
Below my rib cage, if you don't mind.
It's actually spitting.
Okay, here we go.
My stomach is a blanket of metal at this point.
I'll count to 3. You probably don't feel any pain in this area anyways, right?
Okay,
ready?
count to 3 just for tradition.
And 1, 2, 3. Just a little pinch. There we go.
Oh, she took it like a pro.
And it's in.
That's Oxford style.
I didn't feel anything.
It didn't even bleed or anything. I have some alcohol swabs here, but
the only tear.
It's okay.
The only tear was in my eye.
Now, are you going to be okay with this, Delilah? You usually get a little squirmy around these things.
Oh no, I'm fine. I'm in spring training mode. I'm hype.
Yeah.
I'm ready to run through a wall. I'm ready to shoot some T-shirts over that same wall.
Okay, well,
So
here you go, buddy. Ready?
Pierce me up,
All right,
brother.
lift it up.
Pierce me up.
Do you want it at the 9 o'clock or the 2 o'clock position?
We have an expert here. Where would
Yeah.
you place it?
The 2 o'clock is a sign of money. It's a sign of fiscal growth. So I would say that.
Where's virility?
I can tell you, as Riptide, I could use some signs of money.
All right,
So let's
we'll
throw
put it
it
in that
there.
position. Here we go.
Wait, you don't make a lucrative wage as Riptide, the
I'm
mascot?
counting down.
I don't do
Ready?
it for the money. No.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Ow! 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 Ow!
Oh, no.
Ow! Ow!
Oh.
Wow. We went from our first online piercing to our first online gushing hand of blood.
That is cool.
Dr. T? Well, while he's gone, that brings us to our second sponsor of the day, Patient First, where
If you don't have mana, you will get it.
where paying your bill is a close second.
Oh,
Oh, that hurt.
ooh,
That was
my.
really bad. So now I have a pierced finger.
It's
Now,
gonna be great, man. You can hang it off the side of a boat, and it's gonna whistle.
I imagine at Christmas time you could put a jingle bell on it and go ding, 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 ding. Give all the angels their wings.
You can go to a little kid's birthday party with a mouthful of water and squirt it through the hole,
Yeah.
shoot it out your finger.
You know, that's why thank you guys so much. I felt really bad about piercing my own finger, but I'm going to turn this frown upside down.
Yeah, I mentioned our second sponsor, so, Patient First, so we can move on from that.
Yeah, thanks.
And maybe get back to our original topic.
Yes.
Yes.
Unlikely lubricants. Now, I'm not going to be sticking my hands in these bowls because I have an open wound on my finger. But this one looks kind of like molasses. I'm not sure what that one is.
Oh,
Do you guys eat cereal for breakfast?
I do.
What, are you guys children? No.
No? Okay.
No.
First
What
of
do
all-
you-
Because I had
Lucky
I
Charms?
had a follow-up question.
Well, no.
Okay.
So, end of discussion.
Milk. Are we doing nut milks here? And what type of nut milk do you prefer?
How does it... Oh, yeah,
Almond,
nut.
soy, cashew. Well, some of my seasonal work has actually been on cashew farms milking the cashews.
Oh, God.
And I'll tell you what, you think piercing your finger hurt? Try milking a cashew for 48 hours in a week.
The mighty cashew.
The mighty cashew.
Yes.
You've heard of the farm.
I have heard of the farm. You know, I briefly stopped by on a cashew farm on my journey across North America.
If you want to see some beautiful pictures of cashews, follow the Mighty Cashew Farm on Instagram.
Gorgeous.
One pic a day of just the most mouth-watering, heartbreaking cashews you're ever going to want to milk.
My favorite photo was one of a cashew giving birth to another cashew.
Oh my god.
And
I was there that day.
it made me cry.
I was in the background smoking a cigar.
The circle of life, am I right?
It's amazing.
Well, we might as well just plug our third sponsor, which is the Mighty Cashew. The Mighty Cashew Farm. Cashew should be here right now. That's the tagline.
Yeah, they're not great at marketing.
No,
But
I get it, but it's not really great.
No, but listen, if you're listening, Mighty Cashew, I'll be there for July 4th, and I'll be up early on July 5th, all right?
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm imagining a cashew fireworks display and
Oh, yeah. We party hard July 4th, and then cashew season always starts July 5th, and we get to milking.
as is tradition. Many
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just saying many people who came here from Ellis Island, who came to Ellis Island, ended up farming cashews.
Well, you couldn't farm them back in Ireland, that's for damn sure.
No,
All I had
well,
was potatoes.
no. An Ireland cashew? Ugh.
Ugh.
Gross.
It's St. Patrick's Day, and I wouldn't even...
That's like an Italian pistachio.
Ugh.
Ugh.
It's like a Mexican jumping bean.
Ugh.
Ugh.
It's a legume.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, now it's time for a new segment that we've never before done. So we're now going to play Speed Tic-Tac-Toe. And so this is actually kind of a silent thing. So I'll give you this. I'll give you this.
And maybe you can do play-by-play since this is a podcast.
And
with no
this is a
video.
podcast since we don't have video. So You ready? You guys know the rules of tic-tac-toe?
Yeah, everything except for, I guess we're going to go ladies first on this one as well.
Ladies first.
Wow, she's getting all the special treatment.
Ready? And on your mark, get set, and go. X, O, X, O, X, O, X, O, X, O. They're going off the board. This is crazy. Oh my god, X, O, X, O, X, O. And it's cats. It's
Cats
a tie.
all the way down. That's a sign of two good tic-tac-toe players.
Yeah.
Well,
Or two adults.
I am a regional champion.
I would say best 2 out of 3, but that didn't go very well, so we'll never do that again.
All
Thank
right,
you so
well,
much.
Speaking of best 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
Lubricants.
Oh, lubricants.
Oh, yes.
Actually, yeah, so sometimes you may even use 2 out of 3 lubricants if they don't... what was our topic of the day?
Unexpected lubricants.
Unlikely lubricants.
Yes.
We got that alliteration, unlikely lubricants.
Oh, yeah. You are a poet.
Yeah. 2 out of 3 dentists recommend that you don't swallow lubricant.
Well, I would go with the third one.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I swallow a lot of lubricant. I would pour that over my Cheerios if I had some, but I don't.
I can't get through 4 innings as Riptide without somebody squirting lubricant down my throat.
Yeah.
And last thing the kids want to see is Riptide spitting out lubricant. So
I use it like a 5-hour energy drink.
down it goes.
Where I just shoot it back if I have to do a long night researching or something like that.
Yeah.
It's very delightful. It just gives me a little bit of pep in my
Do you
step.
put in a lot of hours?
Of course.
Yeah?
Belly button research is never done.
Wow. Well, I do want to plug your book, since you are releasing a book on belly buttons. Why don't you go ahead and read a little excerpt out of it, if you would, please?
Oh, it would be my honor. I'm going to pull from the middle of the book.
Sure.
Good call.
Chapter 8.
Yeah.
The belly button ring and the spirit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You know, belly button rings are like karma. They could go up or down, side to side. They change with the wind. But no matter what, it will reflect on you. If your belly button ring is acting up, you're probably being, for lack of a better term, a dick. The more evil a person becomes, the more that their belly button ring begins to fire up and scorches their skin. This began back when Indiana Jones and the Ark of the Covenant was filmed. Steven Spielberg, an extra Nazi, created a satanic sacrifice, and they prayed and prayed and fasted for 48 hours, and then, whew, bam, a belly button ring.
Wow. I'll have to read that section, because how do you spell who? That is a really interesting word.
Oh,
Well,
I can tell your viewers.
Yeah.
It's HHHWWWOOOAAAOOO.
Whoa.
well, that explained a lot. And
Yes,
if the entire
that
book
is-
is that insightful, I know what I'm kindling when I go
I
home.
would like to read that. Thank you so much.
Oh.
And
That was our first on-air.
there were a
reading-
lot of firsts today.
That was our first on-air
and
reading from an author.
Unfortunately, we were going to have our first lubricant test, but that was our main topic, but we do not have time for that.
Put some
so.
saran wrap over
So
those
we'll
bowls.
saran wrap this. I'll put it in the fridge next to the pudding. Thank you so much for being here. You have been a font of knowledge,
Thank
and
you.
maybe someday we'll see you at Oxford.
I just hope my kids can go to Oxford and study belly button ring.
They go to Norfolk Public Schools, so they
That's true.
yeah.
That's
So
right.
no.
No, thank you, Delilah, doctor.
Thank
I
you
really
so
appreciate
much.
it.
So for the Sexperts, I am Dr. John T. Alanese.
And I'm Delilah Haydair, and I'll see you at the 7th inning stretch.
We'll see you sex time.